What's poppin', my J dolls? And I'm back with another video. Before we get into this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe and ring that bell. We're on the road to 3,000 subscribers, so don't play with us because we ain't never been one of them. And if you ain't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. It is free 99. And if you still don't subscribe, you a hater. Tell it with your mama, because why she raised you like that? Period. First of all, did y'all just hear my bone pop like an old lady? Please. So anyways, y'all, I'm gonna give you guys a little background. I am from Minnesota, so I live in Minnesota, Minneapolis, Minnesota practically, and I am moving to San Antonio, Texas. Okay, and I am moving to San Antonio, Texas in about a few weeks. Okay, in no time I'm going to be in Texas. In Texas, hey. Hey, ain't no hold 'em. Hey, hey. Hey. Anyhow, y'all, I'm gonna be in Texas. I'm gonna say why I'm moving to Texas and why I'm moving to San Antonio. So first and foremost, the reason why I'm moving to Texas is I really need to get away from Minnesota. There's a lot of reasons why I need to get away from Minnesota. And we're gonna break them down. First of all, Minnesota is too dang cold. If you've ever been to Minnesota, it's very, very cold. Right now, it's like, it feels like it's negative 20 degrees outside. Like, that is not for human consumption. Like, that is not okay for a human. Like, I am starting to think, like, HE double hockey sticks is really cold and not hot. Because, baby, this right here do not feel like humans should live here. So, first of all, I don't like the weather here. I also want to separate myself from family and friends, which sounds bizarre. People are like, why do you want to separate yourself from family and friends? I feel like here I have too many obligations. Like, people want to hang out with me. People want me to do them favors. People want me to be a part of certain things. And I feel obligated because I love my friends and I love my family members. I want to make time for them and I want to do things for them. And so as a recovering people pleaser, I really just want to remove myself. I have learned how to set boundaries. I have learned how to say no and things like that. But I really feel like it's very hard for me to grow in an environment where I'm so used to. By the way, you guys, I'm not super religious, but there is a scripture, John 4:44, which 444 is an angel number. And it says that a prophet cannot grow in its hometown or something of those sorts. So that's a big thing. Like, when you're really trying to flourish and you're trying to change your life, it is very hard. And when you have a purpose to help people and practically uplift people and do things that are of love, you know, and light, it's very hard to do those type of things in your hometown, or for people to, I would say, be as uplifting as somebody that you didn't know, or somebody that, you know, in a town that no one knows you. So anyhow, y'all, that's one of the biggest reasons, is I don't want obligations. I also want to live somewhere warm. Okay, I want to live somewhere warm and hot most of the time. If I could pick a dream place, my dream place to live is California, but that's not a dream place for my pockets. Like, California is really too expensive. Texas actually has a lower cost of living than even Minnesota, so I also want to live there because of the cost of living, the warm weather, and honestly, I felt like I was told to move to Texas. And I've talked about this in previous video, but literally I kept seeing Texas everywhere, like when it comes to Texas license plates, and I live in Minnesota. Okay, I've asked God for a sign if I should move to Texas, and the next day I signed somebody up at my old job. This was almost 3 years ago, probably 2 years ago. I signed somebody up with a credit card, and they had a Texas license plate the next day. I mean, Texas, y'all cannot talk today. Texas driver's license. So that was confirmation. Like, I asked God the night before, and the next day I was shown this. My brother also used to live in Texas, so I think there's something significant in Texas. So I want to go and just explore. And I've never been out of state by myself in the sense of living. I flew out of state by myself. I flew to different countries by myself. I've done solo trips. But to live exactly by myself with no obligation, with no family, no friends, and just really focus. Like, I think primarily I'm really wanting to focus because I want to be a creative being, and I do feel like sometimes in the past my family and friends had held me back from being creative. Like they had judged my creativity, and that had caused me to really slow down my creativity. And so this is a whole thing of breaking free and being my authentic self and living in someplace where nobody knows me. Maybe the people obviously on the internet, because there's some people that live in San Antonio, Texas, that know me from the internet now, which is cool. I want to network, I want to talk to people, and all those sorts of things. But I don't know anyone like I know here in Minnesota. I'm too comfortable here. I want to be uncomfortable. I want to build relationships. I want to network. I want to go to creative events. I want to go to open mics. I want to be a free being. And that is why I'm moving to Texas in general. Now, why am I moving to San Antonio, Texas? Okay? And the reason why I'm naming this like I'm a black woman is because every time I tell a black person I'm moving to San Antonio, they be like, why are you moving to San Antonio? San Antonio is so boring. Like, why would you move to San Antonio? Like, every black person I know says this. But when I used to work at my old job, like, not my corporate job, but my old retail job before that, like, the white people told me that San Antonio is a beautiful place. Like, they love San Antonio. Like, this was before I decided on moving to San Antonio, by the way. So I've seen a mixed skew of things that a lot of black people say is boring. Why do you want to move to San Antonio? And then a lot of white people that I've talked to about, they love San Antonio. So that is why I'm labeling this video that. But anyhow, the reason why I chose San Antonio, it was really between Austin and San Antonio. Which I made a video about that. And Austin was a little like too Minnesota vibes to me. Like it wasn't diverse. Let's be straight up and honest. Like, it wasn't diverse. It was majority white people. You know, there are black people there, and there are some Hispanics, but it was very like, it's no culture there. That's what I would say. It's not even about the race aspect. There's just no culture there. I don't feel anything when I'm there. I just feel like I'm in Minnesota, right? Because Minnesota is majority white as well. So it is diverse here. You get to meet a lot of different cultures, and if you know the spots, you can literally emerge into the culture based off being in certain cities and certain spaces, of course, but you have to find them. It's not like everywhere. So I feel like Austin was very similar to Minnesota in that aspect, and I would like to be in Austin just to like travel for fun, like go for the weekend. San Antonio is only an hour and a half from Austin, so I can drive there whenever I want. If I just want to go for the art scene, want to go have fun, go for drinks, have a little day trip, have a little weekend trip, whatever, I still have the capacity and ability to do that. Now, the thing about Austin I didn't like is the traffic was super, super bad and annoying. Okay, it's too many people, too many cars, takes forever to get places, and so it's turning into a mini California, mini LA. And so I was just like, on a daily basis, I don't really want to deal with this. It's going to be overstimulating for me. Because mind you, I live in Minnesota. I live in Minneapolis, but I don't live in the center of Minneapolis, downtown, uptown, nothing like that. I don't live in those places. I live in the suburbs. So if you knew where I live, it's boring here too. So that's why I like San Antonio. Because when I visit San Antonio, it is still city. Like, I live close enough to the city still, but there's a lot of nature. And that's a big thing I was looking for, is nature, you guys. I actually recharge my energy through nature. And one thing I spent a lot of time doing in the summer in Minnesota was running around the lake. I would do runs around the lake, like the 3 Mile Lake. I would run. I would walk the lake on certain days. I would love to sit in the sun. I also wanted to do yoga by the lake. I love water. And I'm very close to water, so I'm a big water person, I'm a big exercise person, and I'm big with nature. And that is all that is all in San Antonio, and especially where I'm living. So I'm very excited about that. I also love that it was very cultured there, so there was a lot of Hispanics. Although I didn't see a lot of black people, I did meet, I think, one black person. Probably seen about 3 black people like during the 3-4 hours I was there. Probably 5 hours that I was in San Antonio. I really didn't see that many black people, but I did see a lot of Hispanic people. And I've heard some people comment in my last video that there's more black people in certain neighborhoods that I wasn't in. So yes, I will definitely be checking out more once I get there and actually live there. But anyhow, I like that San Antonio has an Hispanic population. I've always grown up with Hispanics. I lived in the South before moving to Minnesota. I always had a Hispanic best friend. Growing up, I always loved Spanish. Like, I know a little Spanish. I want to get better at it. It's close to the Mexico border. I've had thoughts of like moving to Mexico and be like a nomad, and like, I don't know, like I've had ideas about that because Mexico is very cheap to live in. So I've had ideas about that. So this is really a good test in the water to learn Spanish, to be in a culture area where it's a lot of Hispanics. There's actually more Hispanics than white people there, and that's very rare in the United States, right? So I'm excited to immerse myself in a different culture, learn more Spanish, be able to speak the language, just do more things, experience it different, something different. I love being different. And when I thought about Houston and Dallas, I thought about like, that is where every black person goes, is Houston and Dallas. I've been to Houston several times. I've traveled to Houston probably 3-4 times. My brother used to live in Houston, and I spent time there. And I'm sorry to say it, Houston is a little too hood for me, okay? There's the Katy. Katy is a good option. I was thinking if I was to move to Houston, I probably would live in Katy because it's a suburb. It's not too much city. But I didn't like Houston because one block you go over is these big mansions, nice houses, and then the next block is crackheads and people ready to take you for what you got. Not saying that ain't in other parts like San Antonio. There's crime rate there too. Texas is just a big city that there is crime rate in general. But knowing my brother has lived there, and I've been in the neighborhoods, I've been in neighborhoods in Houston, like from one end to the other. I've had a car, drove here to there, you know. It's just too much going on. People be ready to steal your tires off your car and do it. Like, it's just too much for me. Like, it's too much, too mixy. I also think that Houston for me is like a party city, and I'm really moving to focus. I'm not moving to like be drinking every weekend or every day, or to be in the clubs, to be at the hookah spots, to be eating bad. I'm a healthy eater. So I feel like if I'm in Houston, I'm just going to be eating a bunch of junk because the food is bomb. You know, they got good flavor food. I feel like I'm going to be drinking a lot of liquor. I'm going to be smoking a lot of hookah, messing up my lungs. Like, I already smoke a little here and there when I go out. So I don't feel like that's a good, thriving environment for me. And I also know, like, some of the people are not the best. So I just want to be in a thriving area where, like, I can focus on my creativity. I'm not focused on trying to be outside. You know, so that's what Houston give me, is outside. It's a little ghetto, which is fine. I like a little ghetto. I can be a little ghetto and I can be a little ratchet, you know, but in moderation. So I'll go to Dallas for like a weekend trip, like I said before, to do pop-up shops because I do have a lingerie business. So I would probably be going out there to sell lingerie because I know people in Houston gonna want to buy it, you know. But that's not where I want to live. Like, where I want to live, I want to be peaceful. I want it to be calm. I want it to be a breath of fresh air, okay? And when I visited San Antonio, I felt like a breath of fresh air. Like, I felt like, whoa, I'm so calm here. I love it. I love my neighborhood. Like, I'm going to enjoy this place. I don't know what they're talking about. Like, it's boring. Like, I don't know if they just want to be shaking their tutus everywhere. I don't know what's going on. And that's okay, because I like to have fun. Don't get it twisted. But that's not what I'm moving for. And I'm getting old, y'all. I'm almost 30 years old. I don't care about fun, okay? I care about getting my life together and working on myself. But that's why I didn't move to Houston. I don't personally. I like Houston for fun, to go for a little weekend trip, like a, you know, a little fun vibe, or to do business, because I do have lingerie. You know, Houston got a lot of, you know, adult dancers and stuff like that. So I do feel like I can make money from selling to those type of people, things like that. But I don't see myself living there. Dallas, y'all, I absolutely hated Dallas. I don't know. I've only been to Dallas once now, mind you. I've only been to Dallas once, but Dallas was so dry to me. Everything was just too spread out. Like, the last time I went, I did not have that much fun in Dallas. Did never want to return. I don't know. Like, even though I went to a rooftop bar and was fun, it's just dry looking there. Like, it's just, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I don't even know how to explain Dallas. I think Dallas is a good place for, like, when you're trying to raise a family. Even though they say that about San Antonio. But where I'm living is very city life. Like, I'm not living in the suburbs of San Antonio. Like, it'd be different if I was living in the suburbs of San Antonio. I think eventually I will be living in the suburbs, but I really want to learn my locations first before I just jump into moving in the suburbs. And I'm in the middle of nowhere with a bunch of, I don't know what. You know what I mean? I don't know who I'm dealing with. I don't know, like, how the area is. I want to be comfortable, you know, because I ideally would like a townhome. or something like that, because the price that I'm paying for my apartment is outrageous. And I know I can get some way cheaper in San Antonio. That's like a townhome or a home that I'm renting out until I'm ready to buy a home. But I feel like Dallas was giving very home. I got kids. I got a lot of kids. Like I got 6 kids type of place. Like when you go out to like Fort Worth or whatever, like I feel like it's just very dry. Like beautiful homes. So the homes are beautiful and stuff. Like if I was ready to settle down, like I had a husband and I had kids. I don't have a husband and I don't have any kids. So I guess I should tell y'all that I just have a dog. So yeah, Dallas is just, y'all, I don't know. I wasn't feeling Dallas at all. Like out of all the places in Texas, like Dallas would be like the absolute bottom of my list. Unless I was getting married and having a kid, because the homes are very beautiful and I love the neighborhoods. They're building a lot of new neighborhoods. But that's why I'm not moving to Dallas. That's why I'm not moving to Houston. And I'm moving to San Antonio because even the people that I met in San Antonio was like very genuine people. Like when it came down to my property manager, when it went down to like the people that own businesses in my neighborhood, they were very inviting. When it just came to like the feeling I felt even when I went to the restaurant and met the bartender at the restaurants, like I just felt like, whoa, this is like a, people are very genuinely nice here. Like people would like to actually get to know you, get to know what you do. Like I was with my camera, someone that owns a certain place was like, oh, like, are you a content creator? Like, let's talk about it. I know this person, blah, blah, blah. So it was just like, oh yeah, this is who I'm supposed to be. Okay, I like to run. I like to be outside and touch some trees, touch some grass. Like I'm not one of those where I just want to be in the hood all day. Like, I'm just not one of them that I want to be in the streets all day. I want to be, like, meditating by the river. Like, that's the type of girly I am. I'm not, like, don't get me wrong. Because y'all probably like, girl, you be wild. I do be wild. If you got me on Instagram, make sure you got me on Instagram at It's a Joanna Thing. Okay, y'all? I do be wild. I do pop out here and there. But I am getting old. Like, even though people like, you're not even 30. I'm about to be 29. But still. Okay? And then mind y'all, when I moved to San Antonio, everything's in works. I already have my apartment. Apartment is still delivered. Okay? Delivered and sealed. Have my apartment. Have my move-in date. I am literally moving in a few weeks. I am packing currently. So make sure you subscribe because I'm doing packing vlogs. I'm actually going to film them tomorrow. I'm doing a moving vlog. Like literally me moving with an electric car. So that's going to be an interesting journey. And then I'm going to be doing an empty apartment tour, fully furnished apartment tour when I get that. Because, baby, y'all, I am quitting my 9 to 5. I'm literally going to San Antonio, Texas with no job. So, y'all going to follow me through this journey. I don't know. I'm trying to go down the entrepreneur route. Like, I do have several businesses. If you really want to support me and support this channel, like if you really, really rock with me, because I know some of y'all rock with me and I do appreciate you guys and I do appreciate people that comment. But even if you could donate to my GoFundMe, I do not ask for anything. Like this is the first time I ever made a GoFundMe and it feels like I'm dying inside. I don't know why. But I do want to utilize my community because I have been building this community for years, for 6 years almost. So if you are able to donate anything to my GoFundMe for my entrepreneur journey of moving to Texas without a job, even if you could donate $1, like that is just better than nothing. I would be appreciative of anything you do, or even if you're just watching this video, I'm appreciative of that. Or if you want to get a service from me, that's also in my description box. If you want to get weight loss coaching or if you want to get consulting on your life, pretty much like a life coach. I do a lot of podcasting around trauma and helping people through trauma and helping people through life. So I am a life coach, consultant. So make sure you support me in some way if you can. I know we are in a recession, babes. I know we are. So if you can't even give me $1, that is okay. That is okay, and I totally understand. But I do want to put it out there that it's there. I will eventually put out a wish list on Amazon if you want to just prefer to pick out an item on my wish list and give me that item. I will have that available as I get closer. I want to wait because obviously I need to do my research. There's a way I can hide my address so you guys can send me what's on my wish list or whatever. And yeah, so I'm gonna do that when I was closer to me literally leaving, which is just a few weeks. But yeah, y'all, I'm really excited for my journey. I'm excited to get out there, meet new friends, socialize, and not just like meet new friends, because I'm a very skeptical person, right? Like, and I have great discernment, but like I'm really ready to be in my networking mindset. And I'm starting to learn how important networking is, because the only way to like really thrive, especially in an entrepreneur setting, is networking with people, talking with people, you talking to them about your business, them talking to you about your business. How can y'all help each other? How do y'all level each other up? And how do you guys uplift each other and give each other opportunities? I'm going to be in a lot of creative spaces. If you guys have any suggestions, like if you live in San Antonio, Texas, let me know in the comments if you have suggestions for open mics, pop-up shops, because I will be doing lingerie pop-up shops. I will be doing a lot of open mics. I do poetry, you guys. I will be filming, doing YouTube content. So yeah, I'm really excited to be on my creative journey. And that's what this whole journey is about, is literally be my authentic self, being creative, being in spaces that I'm uncomfortable with, and that's helping me grow. So that is my whole journey. I'm excited to really separate. Honestly, I have never felt this emotionally detached to the idea of being around people. Like, I want to be around new people. I want to be around exciting people. I want to be around driven people. I want to be around artists. I want to be around creators. I don't want to keep being in the same cycles around the same people that are doing the same things. Like, and I'm not saying that that is always the case. I do have friends that are evolving, that are growing, that are, whatever. But I'm just ready for a change. And honestly, I know y'all hate San Antonio, Texas. And I've had people in the comments be like, so how you like it here? And I ain't even get there yet. They think it's ass. So I don't know. It could be ass. So I'm going to update y'all when I get there. Like, it could be dog shit. It could be. But I really don't think it's going to really be like that for me, because there's nothing I'm expecting from it. Like, I'm not expecting it to be the poppin' city. Like, I'm not expecting to just have the time of my life. I'm not moving to Miami, like, or California, or nothing. Like, I'm not moving to Florida. I don't know. Like, I'm just not in it for the same reason some people are in it for moving. I'm in it for focus. So I really want to be somewhere that's kind of boring, but still there's some stuff that I can do. And I do feel like I live close enough to drive to Dallas and Houston. And Dallas also has some good areas where I can do pop-up shops or day parties or an event or something like that. Like, there's a lot of space for me to move around there, versus in Minnesota. Like, it's literally Minnesota, and then Chicago's like 8 hours, maybe 6 hours if you're, it could be 6 hours if you're pushing it. But Chicago's the closest, and then even if that's 6 hours, you definitely got to get a hotel. 6 to 8 hours, because by the time you get over there, get set up and stuff like that, you're not going to drive 8 hours back home. Like, I mean, some people might, but I feel like it's more realistic to drive 3 hours. Like, okay, I'm going to drive 3 hours here, probably like table for 4 hours, make some money, and then go back home 3 hours. And even if not, Texas have cheap hotels compared to like Chicago. Chicago about a $300 hotel. So I'm thinking on a business level too of what I can do and how I can maneuver. And if I absolutely hate San Antonio, which a lot of black people think that I'm gonna hate it, which is crazy. Like, do anybody like it? But anyway, if I absolutely hate it, I'm super close to any of the other like major cities, and I can always just move there. So I'm not really stressed about it. Like I said, I live in a boring city. Like, I hate going downtown like that. I hate going to uptown. So it's crazy, because where I'm moving is probably more city to me, more going on than it usually is in my current neighborhood. So in my current neighborhood, it's nothing to do over here. Like, so I guess some people might be like used to a different life, but that's about it. Let me know if y'all have questions. But yeah, I'm going all in. I did look into the job market, and I honestly think San Antonio will actually be the easiest place to get a job if I wanted a job. Right now, I'm really trying to focus on my entrepreneur journey. I'm really going to give it like authentically like a month to 2 months to see how things are flowing for me. If I can handle it doing this entrepreneur journey or whatnot. But if I needed a job and I had to absolutely get a job, I have 2 degrees, and I looked at the market, and I work in finance, so there's a lot of financial like institutions. There's a lot of corporations around finance and analytics and stuff. That's what I work in. So I don't see a problem with it. I even see how many people apply, and it's not that many people applying. I don't know if because the city is small and maybe people are not qualified. I have no clue, but I do feel like if I was to move to like Austin or Dallas or Houston, I would have a bigger competition when it's coming to like getting a job. So yeah, and I would say the pay, I think maybe in Dallas, in Austin, no, Austin's pay is very, very high though. I know that because the living is even higher there. But San Antonio's pay is not bad, especially for my specific career field, because I do have degrees. So I looked into it, and I'm like, wow, I could live a good life there, really, if I wanted a 9 to 5 that was paying me 6 figures and lived in a townhome. Like, if next year I decided to live in a townhome, I would be saving probably over $500 a month. To be honest, $500, $400 a month. So I'm temporarily just staying in the place that I chose because I want to get to know my surroundings, know where I would want to have a townhome, where I wouldn't. I don't like snakes. This is the thing about me, is I can't do snakes, I can't do scorpions, and I know there's a lot of scorpions in San Antonio. Mind you, I spent hours and hours there, and I didn't see any scorpions in my neighborhood, probably because it's a high populated area. But I'm sure I'm going to come across one day, and I don't like snakes. Snakes is my worst fear. So my only concern with a townhome, and let me know how y'all feel. The only thing I'm concerned about is having a townhome or a house that I'm renting. I'm scared a snake might get in my house, or a snake might be in the backyard, might bite my dog. And this is the thing that I'm scared about. Everything else I'm cool. Like, get a security system, get my license to carry. I'm going to get my license to carry as soon as I hit that Texas land. So I do feel that that's the only thing I'm worried about. So that's why I said, hey, I'm going to live. And I learned when I go cheap on my living, like there's other apartments I could get that were way cheaper, to be honest. But if I go cheap, I always usually regret it. So I like to go on a higher scale because they give you better service. Usually, not always, but usually they are going to give you better service. They're going to have better maintenance. You're going to have better neighbors, stuff like that. Like, once you go cheap, yeah, y'all, you get what you pay for. I'm very true on that. And yeah, I feel like I deserve to live in a place that I feel is safe, that is has the things that I need. I don't even really need a car. At the point, like where I'm living, I'm not going to really need a car. I'm probably barely going to use my car unless I'm doing Lyft or Uber. If I decide to do Lyft and Uber as my side hustle, or if I need to go to the grocery store or something like that. But for the most part, everything is convenient for me. So yeah, you guys, stay tuned. I'm going to put at the end of this video me going apartment hunting or whatever, so you guys can see the options. And let me know if there's something specific you want to see, like during this time, a specific type of updates, anything, like I said. And if you can donate, please feel free to donate. I thank you guys for watching this video. See you in the next one.